on projectile motion. This question is on what? Projectile what? Motion. We are asked to calculate these parameters. The maxi height reach, that is the maximum, I shorted this, the maximum height reach. And then time T maxi, which is the time taken to reach the maximum. So then time of flight, which is also known as the what? Total time of what? Total time of what? Total time of flight. Total time of flight. Are we together? Now that is that under that. So another one thing is you have to, in physics, you firstly, the first step is you write your data given or parameters given. What are the parameters given here? Let's try to read this. A tennis ball is thrown vertically upward. A tennis ball, you know the tennis ball, it's thrown vertically upward. That means it's undergoing what we know as vertically upward. Undergo what we know as projectile motion from the front with a velocity of this. This velocity now with a velocity of this. That means when it's going upward, it moves with what velocity? This. Which will be, is it our final velocity or initial velocity? Initial velocity. Is when it's throwing vertically upward, it moves with the initial velocity of this. So try and know how to interpret the question. So U will be what? 100 meters per second. What are we? These are the only parameters that we are given. And based on what we have been doing, let's see, we are given only this parameter. But always have that if you are given only one parameter, there is more parameters. Are we having angle in this question, which is the theta? Are we having? No. You don't need to put theta there. Are we together? What follows? You know when it's thrown vertically upward, it will still come down. There must be what? Acceleration due to the gravity. Are we together? Which is minus g. And which is what? G, which is what? 10 meters per what? Per second square. Or what? Or 9.8 meters per second square. These are the two parameters that we need in solving that. How are we going to? Now, what are we asked to calculate? Calculate the maxi height, the maximum height. Which is, what is the formula for calculating maximum height? H equals to what? U square sine square theta all upon what? 2g. This is the formula. But note, we are having only two parameters. Are we having angle, which is theta? No. So you will erase this. This is erased. Are we together? What are we left with here? We are left with only u square all upon what? 2g. This is the formula we used. So therefore, let me try and clean this. Should I clean this? Then let's clean this. This will be what now? This will be what? H now will be what? U square all upon 2g. This is the formula you use from, we denoted that from this one. It will now be, what is our u square? What is our u? U is 100. But it is square. That means 100 times what? 100. Are we together? Divide by 2. What join this together? It is times. Times. What is g? 10. Which will now be 100 times 100. Will give us what? 10,000. 10,000. 100 times 100 give us 10,000. Divide by, please be present your calculator correctly. 100 times 100 give us 10,000. 2 times 10, which is what? 20, isn't it? Now, this settles this. What are we left with? We left with h equals to what? How many 0? 1, 2, 3. We left with what? 1,000, isn't it? Then what will be our SI unit? I told you that anything height is the same thing as, what will be the SI unit? Which is T maxi. Sorry, this is 1,000 now. Remain what here? Remain 2. Sorry, this is 1,000 divided by what? 2. 2 here, 1. 2 in here, which is what? 2 in 1,000, which is what? This is 5. 2 in 10, let's break it. 2 in 10 is 5. Then put this 0, 0, 0. You can press your calculator. 2 divided by what? 2 divided by 1,000 divided by 2. It will give you what? 500, as we do. This is the offhand. Then you can press it if you are not sure. it will be what? Therefore, our h now will be equals to what? 500 what? This is height. Height is the same thing as distance. So and the SI unit for distance is what? Meter. So height is also how the object, how it travel like this. So how the object travel, it is the height, which is the SI unit will be what? Will also be what? Meter. This is the final answer. That is that. The second one is T max Z. How are we going to get T max Z? Recall what is the formula for which is Roman figure 2, T max Z. T max Z, which is the time to reach the maximum. It is U sine theta all upon what? All upon G. Are we having theta? This settles. What are we left with? U all upon G. This is the formula to use. Therefore, what follows? What follows is that we have T max Z equals to, what is our U? Our U is what? Our U is 100. According to the initial velocity is 100. According to the question, G will be what? 10. Then is 0 settles 0. What are we left to? 10. 10 divided by 1 will always give us 10. Anything divided by 1 will give us that. But what will be the SI unit? It matters in physics. SI unit is what? Seconds. So time is seconds. So what follows? The third one is what? The third one is what? Total time of light or time of light. Which is what? What is the formula from what we proved earlier? Capital T. That one is capital T. Capital T is equal to 2u sine theta all upon what? All upon G. The difference between this formula and this is that this is having constant 2. This is not having. That is the difference. All we need to do, you don't even need to stress yourself. We are not dealing with angle. Erase that. It will be 2u all upon G. So this will be what? 2. What is our u? 100. 2 times 100. Because it is times that is joining them. All upon what is our G? 10. This settles this. We are left with what? Hope I'm not rushing. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share to the needies. So now what follows? The reason why I'm making it fast, I hope you understand from the proving. So we don't need to, we are just plotting in the what? The values. This will now be T equals to 2 times 10. Remain 10 here. 2 times 10, it is what? 20. Are we together? 20 divided by 1 is also the same thing as what? 20. 20 what? It is also time. Total time of flight is also the same thing as 20 seconds. Or you can do it one way around. You can say, recall when we are proving this formula, this particular formula, we said T equals to 2 times small t. What do we get for small t? 10. So whenever I'm seeing small t, I'll be putting in what? 10. It will now be 2 times 10, which will also be what? 20. Have you seen it? Without even stressing yourself. So it has way. It has alternative way. Instead of you prolonging it, you can use like the 2 times. What is the one you get here, which is the T max Z? Put it here. 2 times 10 will give you what? 20. So you can see the answer. 20 seconds. Are they not the same thing? Is either you use this formula, this one, or this one when dealing with angle. So total time of flight, it has so many formulas. There is one formula where we'll be using T equals to U in the bracket H all upon what? All upon G. Something of this. Yeah. There's one formula like that as well. When we get to that, I will let you know more in our next class, inshallah.